You can start.
Hello and welcome to season 2 of I'm restarting. Hello and welcome back to the Pacific Perspectives podcast. That's right. We're doing this again. It's been a long summer where really not a lot of stuff happened. But now stuff is happening again. So we're back. We're back. Your favorite podcast, the best podcast that talks hockey. One of the top hockey podcasts in all of New Zealand. We are back. Xavier,
That's
what are we
right.
talking about today?
Well, it's been a long time, like you said. It was a summer of absolutely nothing. So really, besides the moves that our teams made, we don't really have too much to talk about. We're gonna go over some fantasy sleepers because we're doing a fantasy draft in our league tomorrow, and we're all looking forward to it. So we're gonna talk about that. There's a lot of fantasy stuff to go over, but first, we'll start with just how was your summer?
My summer was, for the most part, good, I would say. I think it got better over time. I finished out my time in Ottawa. We went on a trip to Montreal. That was quite fun. Met each other for the first time. Did not record an in-person podcast, even though we were planning
hold on.
recording.
We recorded like a 3-minute clip in
Shit. Hang on.
THQ, that club. That was a great time.
Voice memos app.
I'll stitch it in right here.
Okay. Hello and welcome to episode, whatever it is, of the 33 maybe, of the Pacific Perspectives podcast. I am Nux Memes and I'm here with Xavier. We are at TRH, which is a club in Montreal. It is empty right now because we got here early. And we decided, why not film the first couple...
I don't know what we talked about. I'm not going through 4 minutes of that.
I think the Evander Kane trade happened like a few days before.
The Dakota Joshua trade happened literally the day before. Hang on, I'm just gonna skip in. We'll see what we get.
We had Dakota Joshua, which, we'll get into in the in-person episode. I kind of want to get into this when we should get rid of the better player that makes less money. And Dakota Joshua's not worth the money, but he's a better player for less money, and he's younger, signed for long. I don't really get it. I don't really get pain. Patrick Alvin hates people who have cancer.
Oh my God! Okay, we're gonna stop there. I had drinks that night. I don't believe that.
You had not had drinks by that point. I don't want to make that. I want to make that very clear. You had not.
No. I had some as soon as I entered. I had 2 shots, I think.
Yeah, they gave us the little free drink there.
Dakota Joshua got traded the day before. I was emotional. I said some things that I didn't really mean, and I'm over it now. It's fine. But I'm still not a fan of that trade due to the fact that we did absolutely nothing with that money. Like, we still have all
you
that
traded
cap
for
space
Kane.
left. Well, we traded for Kane before it happened, and then we traded away Joshua.
I can't help but think, though, that those trades, they basically saw it as, we're trading Joshua for Kane. Kane is paid more and is like they're like a same value player for me. So it's that would suck for you.
Yeah, it's upsetting, especially because I had the Dakota Joshua jersey and everything, and I never even got to wear it at a Canucks game before he got traded because I got it the day after I went to that Montreal game, and now he's gone.
That'll just happen to every player that we like. That always happens.
I am really happy that he got traded to Toronto, though, because I do like the Leafs, and I like that he's in a market that I will continue to watch, because when Bo Horvat got traded, he got traded to the Islanders. I fully stopped watching him because I don't want to watch Islanders hockey.
Yeah.
But with Dakota Joshua, I will still be watching him, not even just for him, but the Leafs are one of the teams I watch the most, so I like that he went to a team where he will see playoffs. I will watch a lot of his games. I at least have that going for me. He didn't get traded to Chicago like Mikheyev did, so it's okay. I'm fine with it now. I'm over it. I'm just looking forward to the season, and we have a lot of guys fighting for roster spots. So lots to be excited about still.
You're around a lot of Leafs fans, or at least people who play the Leafs a lot, I'd imagine. So it's kind of like you're going to a different school, or you're going to the same school as your ex-girlfriend, but you have different majors. So you just pass her in the halls sometimes. You still see her, and you still think about her every day.
Do you have something you want to get off your chest here? Or?
No, not from personal experience. Anyways, aren't you going to ask me how my summer was?
Xavier Mimamoto, how was your summer?
It was great. Thank you for asking. That Montreal trip was probably the peak of it. I think I kind of agree with you when you say it got better as it went on. Once again, I was kind of just working the entire time. Little labor job. But, money is money. You got to do it. It's enjoyable enough. But now that it's over, back in school, back in nice Bachelor of Education program training to be a teacher, it feels very nice. But that Montreal trip, man, that was... To be completely serious for a second, that was like some of the best moments of my life. It was great. Just besides that, I mean, I didn't really go anywhere, do much for the summer. Like I said, I was just working. Happy to be back in school. I'm enjoying it a lot.
I just want to say, I overcame mental demons, and now, with the season starting soon, I'm good. I'm great. I'm feeling great, and I'm feeling motivated to talk hockey, to watch hockey, and do everything hockey now.
That's right. That's the mindset. That's the mindset you got to have. You know what? You want to move on to fantasy?
We can move
players?
on to fantasy.
All right.
I don't know anything about fantasy.
You don't know you haven't prepped for fantasy at all?
Nope.
Oh, you're gonna be free. You're fresh meat.
Well, for me with fantasy, like, I know what I'm doing. I've prepared for my first 5 picks because we're in a 20-man league, and I have first overall pick.
Yeah, who are you taking? Who
Who am I taking at first overall? I mean,
it doesn't really matter if you say, but
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. I think I've been very clear. I'm taking McDavid. I'm not overthinking it. McDavid. Pardon?
Okay. All right.
I don't. Why would I take?
Me and Olivia sat in a call yesterday for probably an hour thinking about, like, we planned the draft out, and we were thinking the whole time, like, the number one issue was who you were going to pick.
Ow.
I don't know.
I've been so clear that I got first overall pick just so I could take McDavid.
The thing is, so Ian has number 2, right? He's going to take McKinnon if you take McDavid. But think about how funny it would be if you took McDavid, or if you took McKinnon.
We went through this. We went through this in the group chat. I said, when Ian chose second overall, I said, okay, now I'm taking McKinnon so that he can't have him. And Ian said, okay, well, I'll just take McDavid on a year where he's angry and wants to score 150 points. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll take McDavid.
See, it would be funny if he took Makar as, like, the next best Avs player, and then whoever has third gets McDavid. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But McDavid is a free pick. Even though sometimes doesn't end up being first in points, you got to take it.
It's safe. Bless you. I think McDavid... Can you get it together?
Okay.
McDavid is the right pick. I'm not overthinking it. I'm not trying to guess that one player is going to be better than him because McDavid always has the ability to just go crazy in the regular season. And that's a contract year, which he's going to get a bag no matter what. But I don't know, maybe he can add a couple 100,000 if he gets to 150 points again. Who knows? We'll see. I'm taking McDavid for first overall. And then after that, I don't have a pick until 40 and 41 back to back, which I love. I have 38
I do love
picks. I have 38 picks between my picks where I can just leave and just go do something else for a bit. Like, those 38 picks are going to take a half hour. I can do other things.
You got to go you got to go defense at 40, I assume.
I don't know. I think I definitely have to take a goalie there because if I wait until 80, 81 to take a goalie, I'm going to get like Ville Husso and then I'm just going to be screwed.
I'm really curious to see where the goalies go this year because most people are kind of staying off of them. Because last year we all took a goalie at like 2021. And
I definitely think I have to take a goalie at 40, 41. Because if the goalies start going after my picks at 40, 41, then I'm screwed.
That's true, because then you got to wait another 38. And yeah, you're going to be left with Jack Campbell.
Every single goalie can be gone by then. So I'm going to take a goalie at 40, 41, I think. And then the other thing I wanted to do, I think I want a defenseman at 40. But
there's nobody really in that range.
If there's a steal available at 40, I'm thinking Elias Pettersson If Elias Pettersson's available at 40, I'm taking Elias Pettersson at 40.
Are are you are you serious?
I believe in him.
He's going to be available with your next pick. He's going to be available at the pick after that.
You think he's going to be available at 80?
He's no question he's available at 80. Like
No
not
question
even a
he's
chance.
available at 80.
I there is maybe a 10% chance he goes in the 70s. Nobody is taking him top 60.
Well, now I want to test it. I want to see. You guarantee that he's available at 80.
I will personally e-transfer you $20 if he doesn't make it to 70. Not necessarily your pick, but 70. If he goes before 70, these people are insane.
Okay. I can't wait for my money, I think.
Actually, no, you know what? Take him 40. Take him 40. Yeah.
No, now I want to see. No, you just said you'd give me $20 if he goes before
Right.
70.
See, because you're going to take him 40 now. Just cash in.
No, I'm not. No. I promise I won't. We can make the bet right now. If somebody
Okay.
else takes him before 70, you give me $20.
All right.
That's my buy-in too. That's the
Yep.
buy-in
All
that I
right.
just get back.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds good.
A shake on it. There you go.
It looks like we're stroking each other off.
Oh.
Anyway. Okay. 80, 81, I don't know. At some point in my top 5 picks, I need a defenseman, obviously. I need another forward. But I'm just happy for the past, 3 years in that fantasy league, I've just not had a skater over a 4 average using our points. I had Gensel last year, and he was kind of there. But really,
Yeah, that sucked.
my roster was built on depth for the past 3 years, and I'm excited to have a guy who's going to be averaging 5 or 6.
True. Yeah.
So
That'd be a huge difference.
That's the big. I haven't had a real star since I had Matthews and Marner in 2021 in a 12-man league when it was 12.
You could have had a star, but you took. What'd you take? Bouchard,
I took
18th last year.
I'm not trolling this year. I
Eichel
took
was on the
Bouchard at
board.
14. I took Bouchard at 14, and then I took Bedard in round 2.
And the year before that, you took Bedard at 18.
18.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness!
I'm
you're
not
serious.
trolling this year. I'm not. I might take Bedard at 40.
You know what? If you lock in for the first time, you might be dangerous. That's all. I'll say that.
I was still decent last year, even after trolling.
I don't think
And
you've ever tried.
When I took Bedard at 18 that year, 2 years ago, I still finished 5th out of 20 in the league.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm good at the middle
we
rounds.
suck.
No, I'm just good at the middle rounds. I got Granlund and Strome last year in the middle rounds, and the good Granlund and the good Strome.
Oh yeah. No, those are good steals last year.
I don't think that I'm gonna really affect a lot of people in the top 100 picks, because I have to do a goalie at 40-41. I'm taking McDavid. I'm taking best available player. I feel like this is all obvious stuff that I'm gonna do. So
The issue is, I kind of enjoy those back-to-back picks because you can kind of just get it down and then wait a while and it doesn't even matter. But you can't really draft off of other people. There's no gaps in between. There's no chance for you to be okay, this guy is going here. In between my picks, I'm pretty safe to say he's not going to take this. I enjoy doing that, and you can't really do that with the first overall pick. But
I like the fact that at 41, I don't have to worry about the guy at 40 stealing my player.
True. Wouldn't matter.
Because he is me.
True. We'll see where that goes.
I only took first overall for McDavid, and then I realized that I'm going to have half an hour between my picks, and then I was like, okay, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm going to take a nap or something, then wake up, see who's available.
You're going to auto-draft your whole team.
I might. No, I won't auto
Sleep
draft,
through
but
the
I'm
draft.
definitely gonna just disappear at times.
Yeah. I did that when I took first. Okay. So in that league tomorrow, I think I have 14. I haven't even checked because I have leagues with so much more money, but in a roundabout way I care a lot more about our league, even though it's like a $20 buy-in just because it's with friends. 14, is low-key like the worst draft position.
Bouchard territory.
That is not Bouchard territory, I'll tell you that.
It was last year.
It's maybe Hellebuck territory if someone lets him up. Maybe.
Possibly.
I think that's probably my best choice, and I'm going defense with the second pick, no matter who is available.
Oh, okay, so you're just giving up on forwards.
Yeah, basically. I mean, unless it's like Crosby falls to, that'd be 28. Unless Crosby falls to 28, I don't think I'm doing anything.
26.
Maybe. 26?
You'd be 26.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can't do the math.
This changes everything.
It does change everything. I'm going to try to see if Werenski's there, but anyways. You got any general sleepers for this year's fantasy?
Yeah, Pettersson. I mean, like, I know
Get
you're
out
going
of
to roll
here.
your eye, but obviously the Canucks offense doesn't look as good, but they still have Quinn Hughes. Pettersson looks stronger. He looked really good in his preseason game. He seems motivated. He had the offseason to prepare better than he did last year. I think he really cares, and he has shown to have chemistry with the guys so far. He looks to be in a good spot mentally. Looked confident in that preseason game too, which is a big thing. He also bowled someone over at some point, which was fun. He looks strong.
Yeah,
I think, like, Pettersson was, I think, top 10 ranked on ESPN last year, and obviously he wasn't top 10 at all. He wasn't even top 100.
I don't think so.
I got more from Kiefer Sherwood than Elias Pettersson did in our league.
Crazy.
But I think Elias Pettersson can bring it back, and if he is who he can be, this could be another 90-point season.
See, the thing is, every single like draft pundit, like all the fantasy draft projections, except for actually the official ESPN and Yahoo ones, but all like the ones that have like models, actual analytical analysis, they say he's probably going to be in the top 50 again of value. But everyone's saying it, so it can't be true. That's just a feeling I get. I just, maybe he is a guy that just needs, he's such a baby and he needs the whole offseason, so every time they make the playoffs, he's just going to suck the next year. Maybe we can count on that. But, I just don't see it. There's the electricity of his game has just really weaned, and I don't think he's ever going to be worth that 11.5 ever. You're going to say something.
Kept going up. I think someone has to score at some point on this team. So I think he benefits from
Besser
that.
can chip in. He can get out of 60 points.
Besser will. But Besser and DeBrusque are both kind of streaky guys, and I mean, Besser will be better this year. He took some time after coming back from concussion to get back up to speed again. But there are going to be weaker points in the year, and that line, I actually don't. Well, I guess I'll wait to get into that stuff until after we're off the fantasy thing. The power play looks pretty good with Quinn Hughes there. I mean, it's going to be probably top 15 in the league again. And Pettersson is also going to be on the second penalty killing unit, most likely, because we lost 2 penalty killing centers last year, most notably Pius Suter. So Pettersson is probably going to be that second penalty kill unit center again. And he's good. That's a spot that he deserves. I think he's probably going to win it over Philip Hedl and Atu Ratu. I don't think that's much of a question. So more chance for blocks, shorthanded points. I mean, he's going to be out there a lot. He's going to get a lot of minutes this year.
If Pettersson doesn't bounce back to at least like a point per game, maybe even at least 70, 75 points, the Canucks have like the worst center depth in the league. It would be Pettersson, who's like, if he doesn't get to that point, is not even a 1C. Hedl, Ratu, and then who? Bluger. That is worse than the Hawks.
It's a lot of four season. I mean, Sasson can be an NHL player too, but it's nothing. There's no talent really in the top 6 unless Pettersson gets going. Hedl looked really good in one of the preseason games. Anyway, we're on fantasy. We can get to this after.
Oh yes.
Who's one of your fantasy sleepers?
So the number one sleeper for this year, and I checked the numbers so many times, but it's Mika Zibanejad. His ADP on most platforms is around 160, 170. The numbers have him at like 70. So he's being underdrafted by 100 picks. And when I looked at the logic behind it, it made a lot of sense, because this doesn't even have him getting back to his regular range of like he's a point per game with a lot of hits, no blocks, but a lot of shots. This is just shots and some extra power play points. The Rangers' power play was like 20th last. Like, it was not good after being a team for half a decade that were just complete power play merchants, top 5 every year. And Zibanejad was probably the biggest offender of being the power play merchant, but he would always be a great fantasy player because of it. Like, he'd get like 80, 90 points and he'd have 40 power play points. Now, I think last year he had like 15. He had like 10. So it was nothing. If he can get up to even double that, not even double that, he will have 70 points, he'll have 30 power play points, he'll have 25, 30 goals again, 200 shots. That's a player that goes in the top 100. So I really like him there. I really like him there at like a 120 kind of draft slot in this kind of like 7th round of our league, 20 man.
I think I agree, and I have an extra reason too, which is that once JT Miller got back to New York and they were on a line together, Zibanejad's production immediately went up.
That too.
He was so bad the first half of the year. He was awful, and then
wasn't even
Miller came in,
rosterable.
They clicked pretty immediately, and they're going to be on a line again this year. So I would say Zibanejad is going to be back sort of to his usual self. He's never quite going to be,
he's never
an
been
80-point
good
guy again, I would assume. But I think he's worth a fantasy draft pick a little higher up than 160, 170.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he can get worse. I don't think that's possible. And if the power play gets any better, he's going to benefit from it. So that's my main thinking. Another sleeper, one that I also had to check the numbers because everyone hates this guy, Stuart Skinner, as a goalie pick. His ADP is around that same area. I think it's like 180 on Yahoo, 170 on ESPN. He's like goalie 30. Like he's deep in the trenches, and for good reason. He might get traded. He might get taken over by Pickard. He has not. He lost weight in but he has had an awful preseason. Hasn't really shown anything to me at all. But if the Oilers don't trade for a goalie, first of all, God help us. But it's going to be Skinner getting 50 starts, guaranteed at the very worst 30 wins, and relatively low shot volume because it's Oilers with like a full season of Jake Wallman and decent defense and Ekholm. But he's going to be a good goalie no matter what. He's going to get the starts. He's going to get the wins no matter what. And I don't think they would ever make that move to get a goalie until around the deadline. Like, it'll be like December at the very earliest. And Skinner would have to really suck. So I think I'd totally go for him as like goalie 10, but goalie 30 is like, that's just ridiculous. That's just emotion picking and pretending. A big thing with fantasy, and it's a similar thing with Zibanejad, you have to forget how awful they are and just remember the opportunity they have and where they are in their team. Skinner, he sucks. Zibanejad, one of the worst players in the league, 5v5. But he gets the power play time. Like Skinner, he gets the starts, he gets the time, and that's all that matters. Just turn your brain off when you do your fantasy draft. Take Skinner, take Zibanejad.
I want to flip it to a do not draft right now. And you made me think of this because of goalies. There are 3 goalies, and 2 are on the same team that I would say I don't want to draft at all.
I'll
start
Leafs?
with the one who is none. Do you say Maple Leafs?
Yeah.
No, they'll be fine. Stolarz is good. Tanev is still there.
Okay.
My one on a different team is Darcy Kemper. He definitely overperformed last year. He's a great goalie, but he overperformed, and their defense got significantly worse. Like, Darcy Kemper is going to have to be the last line of defense behind Dumoulin Ceci Like, I don't really want that goalie
Pray for that man.
on my team. I think with LA, they're so they've been so defensive minded, but now it feels like they're going to have to outscore their problems because that defense looks so bad.
I have a funny feeling that it's going to not really take a complete 180. I think they're going to get worse defensive. Like, they were like the number 1, number 2 team with the Panthers last year when it came to shots and expected goals against. Maybe they'll drop to like 5th or 6th, and CC and Dumoulin's defensive numbers will look good for like the first time in their careers in 5 years. But I mean, offensive black hole, it might get even worse than it already is in LA for offense. That's my main issue.
I feel like offensively they'll still be okay. If you look at last year and you look at Dave Riddick's numbers behind that LA defense, and then you think that defense got worse, like Kemper, I don't think Kemper has that kind of season in him again.
No.
And I feel like his save percentage is going to start winding down a bit. They're going to get less wins than they got last year. I really, like, we have a conversation where the Canucks could overpass them, and the Canucks didn't even get good. The Kings just got so much worse that the Canucks might be able to pass them in the standings. On the opposite side of the league, I cannot convince myself that drafting either Gibson or Talbot is a good idea.
Really?
Behind that Red Wings defense. I think they're both good goalies, but they're both old now. Gibson's injury prone, and that defense, they're going to give up so many shots. They're so bad. It's like Sider's there and he's good. Edvinson is injured right now, but when he's back, he's good. And then after that, oh my goodness, what is happening? Steve Yzerman, what are you doing?
The only hope on that defense, too, is a bunch of rookies, like Axel Sandin Pellikka, and Edvinson is okay, but like he's not amazing defensively. They have that other guy, Albert Johansson.
Bernard Docker's not
Jacob
great.
Bernard
and they
Docker.
signed Travis Hamonic.
Oh,
How does Travis Hamonic get an NHL contract? Ben Sherrod's still there. Justin Hall is still there. At least they got rid of Petrie. He's gone. But it's so bad.
It's just comical how they consistently sign the worst defenseman available. It's mind-boggling. Like, and they pay them too much every time. They paid a second to get rid of Jake Wallman. He would be their second best defenseman. Like,
when you look at the offense too, like they're not going to get any help on defense from the offense. I mean, they have Patrick Kane, James Van Riemsdyk, Alex Trinket. Like, they had the worst penalty kill in the league last year. It was 70%. I don't think it's going to get any better. I would not draft a Red Wing because they are going to give up a lot of goals. And I like their offense. This isn't Red Wings diss. I like what they have going on offense. I think they're going to score goals. I think they're just going to give up a lot of goals. And even with how solid Talbot and Gibson can be as a tandem, I don't know if they can save that defense. I think it's a risky pick.
I think if you can't get both of them, I wouldn't go near them. Like, if you can get both of them kind of in a 200, like a late spot, kind of round 10 for us, I'd go for it. Like, for you, if you could go back-to-back and take Gibson Talbot at like 180, and I don't think that'd be crazy because that's guaranteeing like whatever you get 82 starts between them, either however you want to dish it out, maybe 40 wins. Like you said, shot volume, they'll get a lot of shots on them. Will they save them? Well, we'll see. But Talbot was he was a solid value last year. People were taking him undrafted in 15, 16-man leagues. He was going like 300th, 250th, and he ended up being like, I think, goalie 10 last year. So he was solid. Again, he's like, what, 38? So Gibson, it's iffy. It's iffy. I understand the do not draft, but I don't hate him.
I will not. Do you want to go into your last two do not drafts? I think you had two more.
I actually have three. I have three, and I should say.
Didn't you already say one of them?
What did I say?
I feel like you already said one of them.
No, I did not.
Oh no, you didn't. Okay, go ahead.
On top, I should say. All of these players I'm about to say I love them. They're great players. They're just their average draft position is ridiculously high. Ridiculous. Start off with an obvious one. Mikko Rantanen. His ADP is like 10. He might not be a top 20 player this year. I can understand taking him late in the first round if you're in a 20-man. But there's just so much potential for a fall off, and his ceiling is instantly crunched to 90 points if he's on Dallas. At the best. He's going to be playing like 18 minutes instead of like 21. That's a very big difference. Especially with how they dish out the power play time. Do not like it. I'm seeing an 80-point year in the future for Rantanen, and it's only downhill from there. Next, I have Ivan
Rantanen top 10.
I have Ivan Demidov. We have a lot of Habs fans in our league, and I'm sure you do too. Do not take Demidov. If you're a Habs fan thinking about it, don't do it. He probably shouldn't go in the top 200. It's more likely he's going to get 40 points than 70. I'd project him at like 20 goals, 30 assists, and that's kind of generous. Again, just the expectations are a little high. He's not an insane shooter, and the biggest thing for him is he doesn't have good peripherals. Now, that's just looking at numbers from Russia, but he doesn't hit. He can hit hard, but he doesn't hit a lot. He doesn't block, and he barely shoots. He might have under 150 shots this year. And that's if they give him power play 1, which they probably won't. And that's if they play him above the second line ever, which I don't think they ever will. I don't think they're ever going to split up that top line. So unless you can see a big injury, maybe they take Line off, which he's useless if you take him off the top power play. I just see absolutely no value with Demidov. His ADP is like 89, 85. Shouldn't be going top 200. So I don't like that one. And it's a similar story with Macklin Celebrini. People are kind of assuming upward just growth automatically for all these guys. And if you assume that, Celebrini was like a top 50 player last year after in some leagues he just didn't get drafted. So people assume, okay, I can take him in the first round this year, or I can take him like top 25. The Sharks are still not good, like at all. They got a little bit better offensively on the back end. They added Klingberg, they added Orlov. Solid. Those guys still aren't. But those guys are like barely top 4 defensemen on most teams, especially John Klingberg. But I can see him getting a point per game, and at that pace, that's not a first round pick. So I do not peak. Do not reach on this guy. Do not do it. Just let everyone else take him. Unless he's there for you at 40, I wouldn't go for it. I struggle to say I guarantee he's going to be top 50 this year. It's harsh, but just because the guy's young and did good last year doesn't mean he's automatically going to do it again. Same with Michkov, actually. I should add him there. Michkov is going way too high.
Yeah.
Do you concur?
Sure, man. I'm scared of taking young guys now after what I've done with Bedard the past 2 years.
Exactly.
So I'm probably going to stay away from it myself, but Celebrini is good. He's definitely not first round. If he goes first round, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, he might be a guy of 40 for me.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be nice. I just have a feeling that somebody's going to reach for him at like their second round, their early second round pick, maybe 25, 26, and then just end up not being a very good investment.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'm gonna not make the playoffs in fantasy anyway because I curse everyone. So, McDavid out for the season with ACL tear after I take him.
What? I thought you were reading a headline that like just happened. I was gonna shit my pants.
No. Do you want to go through your last fantasy sleeper? You had one more.
My last fantasy. Yeah, I did have Sam Reinhart. And this is very recent. Before the injury news, so before Kachuk got injured, or at least they said that he got surgery or whatever, I think I had him like 22, like outside the first round, just barely. probably a 70-point, 40-goal guy. He's kind of not. Florida's not in a position to dole out the ice time like that anymore, where Reinhart can get 20 minutes. But now, Matthew Tkachuk got injured, and I have the 17th pick in my other league, and I was like, maybe I can consider him for that, because that shoots him up, obviously, if he's guaranteed to play 19 minutes, 20 minutes a night, just by sheer prorating how much he plays, he'll get more points. Maybe we'll go back to 50 goals, Sam Reinhart. But now, Barkov is injured, which, by the way, rip my dog. Some people were cheering for it because it's like, oh, the Panthers are bad now and they're going to miss. Nah, you don't like to see that, especially for a whole year. Like that's not even an LTIR thing. The guy might be out like the whole year and miss the playoffs. That would suck. But if you're a Sam Reinhart truther, that his stock goes way up. I think you could justify taking him at like the 10 spot now. Not everyone's going to acknowledge that, so I think maybe if I get him at 14, maybe if I get him at 17, I like him there. It's not really much of a sleeper because it's a guy who is going to go in the top 20 no matter what, but consider him if you're in that later spot. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get him at 40, so I have nothing to say.
I don't think so.
This. Okay, I want to make burgers, and the Canucks start in half an hour, so let's go on to our teams.
The Canucks? The Oilers start in half an hour, buddy.
Pardon?
Oh,
right.
Yeah, we play each other.
I forgot about that entirely. I thought it was against Calgary. I don't want to talk about each of our teams' moves. I want to talk about how we feel about our teams going into the season. Do you want to start?
For sure. It's tough to quantify. I think I'm actually much more excited about the regular season this year than I was last year, because I never really truly believed that we had a chance up until we won a game in the finals. I truly did not believe, and I wish I hadn't believed after that game because it just further crushed my dreams. But now we've got actual youth, a lot of it. Savoy and Howard. I mean, I don't have too high of expectations for them. I think they'll both be 40-point guys, kind of middle six forward type deal. But if they can have that growth, this season can be the start of the next chapter for the Oilers, if you get what I mean. Jake Wallman, he's not really what people imagine as a younger guy, or people imagine him as a younger guy, but he's 29. He's about to get extended for, I believe, 6 years, around $6 or $5 million. That'll be an okay contract. But we got rid of Kane, Arvidsson, Skinner. All three of those guys were liabilities last year. At least, definitely in the playoffs, or not in Kane's case. I think he was okay in the playoffs, but definitely in the regular season, they just did not
Kane
help.
Didn't even play in the regular season.
Yeah, no, not. I'll walk that back. I meant more Arvidsson and Skinner. They were really bad defensively and provided basically nothing on offense away from shooting talent. I still maintain Skinner wasn't really given much of a chance to succeed. He'll get a lot of opportunity in San Jose, though. Not a lot of opportunity to make the playoffs, of course, which is kind of crazy that he misses the playoffs for his entire career, gets to the finals, and is I've had enough. I'm good.
At least now we don't have to feel bad because he knew what he was doing signing in San Jose.
He knows exactly what's going to happen in San Jose.
Yeah, it's fine. He got his taste of playoffs, and now he's just he's old. Now he's going to go get his bag in San Jose, live in California, sunny California. I mean,
he's probably got one more Supermax contract left in him after that. It's a 1-year deal in San Jose, so maybe you can get 30 goals again and then go to Toronto and get $6 million. Who knows?
Crazy.
But for the team as a whole, I mean, I don't know if we're going to do much better in the regular season than last year. I'm a little iffy on the goaltending, of course, still. I think everyone is. I desperately want to see Skinner succeed, but it's not happening. I'll just be honest, it's not happening. What do you think of the Canucks this year?
I am excited And not just because I have no purpose until the hockey season starts. I'm excited for the year. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a frustrating year at times, but I also think it's going to be a lot of fun, especially if we can stay healthy, which we already aren't because Hoaglander's week to week, which really sucks because he was looking to have a bounce back year, and now he's already going to be starting slow, having to start from scratch while we're already like a month through the season maybe. That makes me nervous. But Pettersson looks good. Besser has looked pretty good. DeBrusque scored a goal in his first preseason game. They all seem happy to be there too. And Kane seems to be getting along with everyone well so far, so that's nice. That's big. We need him to be a locker room guy and not someone who's going to destroy our locker room. We need him to be standing up for people. There's an avenue to where Evander Kane being on my hockey team can be a good thing. I still am not a fan of the trade, but I think that there are ways for it to work out. If he saves Philip Hedl from concussion, that's one thing. If he beats the absolute piss out of Jason Dickinson in late October,
Bang.
That's another thing. I mean, he'll win me over immediately if he does that.
True.
Beyond that, I mean, our top six looks pretty bad. Pettersson needs to bounce back. I don't like the idea of him on a line with DeBrusque and Besser because I don't know if any of them can really be the play driver that we need. I'd rather have like DeBrusque, Pettersson, Garland, or DeBrusque, Pettersson, Sherwood. DeBrusque, Pettersson, Sherwood was a really good line last year, and I don't know why they didn't have it be a line for longer. I think second line is definitely going to be Kane, Hedl, Garland, and I think that's what it should be. But that's not second line, though. That's
two small guys and just beef.
Yeah, I mean, Garland gets into the dirty areas. He's pretty durable, too, so I'm not too worried about I don't want to jinx it, but I'm not too worried about a Garland injury. I think it's fine that he's smaller. He's a skilled guy. He and Hedl can definitely work well together, and that's if we don't put Garland with O'Connor at any point, which they have chemistry, so... third line... we don't even know. I mean, I seemed confident that Ratu was getting that 3C, but Braden Coots has been showing out in training camp,
Let's
the
go
Young
Cooter.
Stars tournament, preseason. He has come to play. And he had a quote where he said he's not just going to these things for the experience. He's going there to make the team. And I love that. He scored a goal in the preseason game against Seattle. He looks so good. Him and Lekari-Maki together. I mean, that's the best I've seen Lekari-Maki play in a Canucks uniform, and it was Braden Coots who unlocked that out of him. So that's a pairing that I would love to see start the year. You get 9 games with your junior players before you have to send them down or you burn a year of their entry-level contract. I think if Coots has one more good effort in preseason, I think you have to give him the 9 games because he looks so good right now. He looks confident. He looks ready to play. But with Ratu, I think you hold on to him for now, keep him as an extra, maybe get him in the lineup in place of O'Connor, but that's not going to happen. O'Connor just gets to be in this lineup for some reason. Carlson, Bluger, I mean, our bottom 6, honestly, I like a lot of the stuff going on there. I think there's a lot of guys who will be fighting for a spot on the team, and I think that's a good thing to know that they don't have job security in that bottom 6 and they have to fight to keep themselves in the lineup. There's a lot of skill down there, a lot of guys that can crack 30 points. I like the depth on offense. Top 6, we need a trade. Hopefully we can accrue cap space from that $3 million that we have and then make some splash at the trade deadline, assuming that we're in a position to make playoffs at that time. But yeah, it does. The goal scoring scares me, but the defense looks so crispy. It looks so beautiful. You have Quinn Hughes. You have Philip Hronik, who has scored 40 points before and is a good defenseman. He's a strong defenseman. People sleep on Philip Hronik, is all I'm going to say.
I think they do.
Marcus Pettersson, one of the best third defensemen in the league, I'd say. I mean, Florida might have him beat. Dallas might have him beat, but Marcus Pettersson is so good. And we have yet to see a healthy Quinn Hughes in the lineup with Marcus Pettersson, and we were still a good defensive team last year.
One of the best, I might add. They were one of the best defensive teams.
Yeah, and we never got to see healthy Quinn Hughes and Marcus Pettersson, and now we're going to. And then Tyler Myers, I've seen some people continuously hating on Tyler Myers, despite him being a good player. Like, he is a solid player. He will...
Now that his contract is, like, reasonable... I feel like we can stop the hate. I feel like we can stop.
Yeah, no. Like 3 million is exactly what he's worth, and
Yeah.
he is a great leader on the team too. Great person to have in the locker room. We need some older guys like that, and he still plays his position well. He's a good penalty killer. He's a big guy, obviously, and he's a Chad minutes eater. And then bottom pairing, you're gonna have Derek Forbert. I'm glad he came back. No offense from that guy at all. He has some of the worst offensive analytics in the entire league. But the good thing is he's a defensive defenseman, so he doesn't need those analytics. His defensive analytics are great. Him on the penalty kill is great. I like that Derek Forbert came back. And that last spot is probably the most interesting spot in the Canucks lineup because it could be filled by P.O. Joseph. It could be filled by Elias Pettersson. It could be filled by Victor Mancini, Tom Villander, Kirill Kudryavtsev. There are a lot of guys.
That's a lot of names, yeah.
Spot. We have such a good young defense. We have so many players who deserve a spot in an NHL lineup, and some of them just aren't going to get the spot. While maybe we have some people on offense who should not be in an NHL lineup that are going to get a spot.
You know what though? Forbort and Myers over the next couple years, they'll probably be slowly weaned off their spot until they're eventually replaced by those names you just mentioned, the Villander, Mancini, Pettersson. Those guys already deserve an NHL spot. They already, like for most teams, that's already at worst their number 7 defenseman or probably their number 6, right? So the fact that only one of those guys, and they'll probably keep 8, I'd imagine, and then just kind of rotate them out, send one of them down once it's clear who's not working. I'd imagine that's going to be Willander, because he hasn't looked the strongest in camp, but that's a great group. That's a great group. If you just gave a couple of those guys to the Oilers, because they're kind of very old on defense now, that Ekholm is like 36 and he needs a contract extension, and even Jake Wallman and Darnell Nurse are like 30, so it gets old fast. It gets really old fast.
Forbert we re-signed him for 1 more year. I'd assume he's gone after that, and then we'll have more space for those young guys. So I'd assume next year we have a young bottom pairing. I think for now, I still feel like Elias Pettersson is the front runner to get that third right D spot for the start of the season, but
Probably.
Mancini has looked explosive. If Mancini can fine-tune his defensive play a little bit, like that is going to be a very good NHL player. Sometimes he just looks like a 6'5" Cale Makar. It's actually crazy. He can skate so well, and his offensive ability and his instincts are so great. It's kind of funny that New York wanted to dish off Ryan Lindgren to us in that JT Miller trade, and we got away with Victor Mancini. And they also just wouldn't give us Braden Schneider, and I'd rather have
Who's
Victor
worse?
Mancini. Yeah, I am so happy looking back at that trade. And the fact that it got us Marcus Pettersson, Victor Mancini, Philip Hedl, I would say we got the proper value for JT Miller, especially because he wasn't working on this team anymore.
In hindsight, I think people kind of clowned on them for that. It was a general negative reception at the time. I didn't hate it for them. I mean, at the end of the day, they got what they needed. They got Marcus Pettersson, and now that top 6 defense group is like, I think I'd put them against anyone in the league, really. It's probably better than the Oilers if Ekholm and Bouchard are having a bad day. But like those two groups, and think about where they have been in the past. Like when Chris Tanev was their best defenseman only a few years ago, man, you got to appreciate it. Even though the team wasn't very good last year, you got to appreciate it. Maybe they can be better this year because we know they are a good defensive team. The offense just needs to come. And I think your point you raised with bringing Coots on for 9 games, I think you got to do it because there's a spot for him in the top 9, like easily.
Yeah. And then goaltending, I mean, what can we say about goaltending that hasn't already been said about the Canucks goaltending? Like, Demko just has to stay healthy, and Lankkonen's contract is bad. That's really
all there is to it.
I think they'll split starts a little more. Obviously, Demko is the starter. He gets more, but we can't be playing him 50, 60 games a year anymore because he's not durable. So having Lankkonen there is nice because he's like above replacement level, and he will be able to get wins. I don't like his contract, and I don't think he's a fantastic player, but as the 1B, I have some confidence in him. I think it's not just, oh, Lankinen is starting, we're automatically losing this game. He can give us a chance to win. He will have his bad games, like that one against the Rangers that haunts my dreams. But I think he's a good enough 1B. Bad contract, but the cap's going up, so whatever. I think I'm obviously going to have confidence in the Canucks. I think they make the playoffs. I think Quinn Hughes is too good for the Canucks to miss playoffs again. There are so many people projecting us to be in like the 80-point range as if we didn't have a meltdown last year and still finish with 90 points. It's crazy. Yeah. People are sleeping on the Canucks again, and I think they're going to surprise people.
I think they're going to have a 96-point year, and somehow that finish is going to get them into third in the Pacific, where they can get beat up by Edmonton or Vegas. It's going to be an exciting year for the young guys there. I think that's the main thing you have to really come from it. I don't see them coming even close to being a meaningful playoff team is my only issue. And again, if Demko misses a significant chunk of time, and it's again the thing with his knee, you have to think that his career is like in jeopardy at that point. I mean, he still has that nagging thing, and you paid him like $8 million a year. It's a
contract.
But they're one of the most interesting teams because they're just such a mystery. They're just such a mystery. Like they were one of the best defensive teams last year, but their power play sucks. They can't score any goals 5v5 at all either, and just their top six looks so ugly. If you assume that Pettersson isn't going to bounce back to be like a 90-point guy, I'm on that board. I don't see him being anything more than, at best, point per game, 30 goals again. And even that, not worth the contract. So they're a really interesting team. Probably the most interesting team to me this year. We're going to be watching them all year. Not just you, but I'll be there as well.
Power play is actually good, though. Like, the power play is fine.
No.
It's been fine.
No.
Okay. Where do you know where they were in the standings last year?
I think they were like 14th in the power play.
Yeah. It's fine.
I'm just saying that it could be like way better.
It could be, but
is my point with that.
They were 15th. I think you take top half. I don't think that's bad. 22.5%. Well, as long as Quinn Hughes is there, we're going to score power play goals.
What were they in 23-24? Like number 3?
Oh, it would be insane.
Exactly.
I think
if that bounces back, they can be a top team.
You know, we would genuinely be winning the cup if we just changed our center ice logo. That's what ruined it. Like looking at our home record from 23-24 to 24-25.
You don't like the zoomed in Orca?
It's so bad. It looked ugly and it cursed us. And I don't know why people don't believe that it cursed us because it so clearly cursed us.
It's really
so
awful.
Bad. Okay, 23-24, they were 11th. So not even like that much higher. What was the percent?
Just forget everything I said then.
They were 0.2% better on the power play in the year they made playoffs than the year that they missed.
Dang.
It's interesting.
All right. We'll move on from our teams there. We'll finish off with just a quick little word on the Panthers, who I think this is an interesting situation. So, if you think back to 2022-23, remember they won the President's Trophy in 21-22. Okay? In 22-23, that's the year that they made the miracle run to the finals and they upset Boston in Game 7, who was the best team, the best regular season team of all time. That year, they missed a lot of guys with injury. And they made the playoffs by 1 point. By 1 point. My question is, Barkov is out the entire year. He might be back for playoffs. Maybe. Tkachuk is out until 2026. So he's going to miss 35 games. Is it possible for them to miss after going back-to-back?
It's always possible, but I don't think they will. I think they're still so strong even without those two guys. Like those two guys are what gets them to be a cup winner, but if you erase them, they're still a playoff team. You got Reinhardt, Bennett, Marchand, Lundell, Lewis Sterinen. You got still a lot of talent on offense who can step up and maybe not quite like Maurice said. Nobody can fill the shoes of Barkov.
No.
But they can still step up, and the defense is just so good too, and the goaltending is good. This is still a playoff team. I mean, I think you look at them compared to the other teams in the Atlantic, and they're still definitely better than Boston, Buffalo, Detroit, Montreal, and maybe Ottawa. Probably Ottawa. Toronto lost Marner, but they might be better than this depleted Panthers team. And the Lightning look decent, but that still puts Florida in the top 3 in this division.
Yeah.
So they're fine. I think they're fine.
This is Buffalo's time. If they don't do it now, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. This is going to be a big Senators year. I think even before all this news, it was going to happen. Just after this, go look at the Panthers' daily faceoff. Look at who they've got in their bottom 6. It's not ugly, but it's pretty.
This is you on the Sabres. For our audio listeners,
guys, I promise.
For it again award.
I promise this is the year. This actually might be one of the worst years for the Sabres. It's all gone. But back to the Panthers. I can see it happening. I think I'd give it a 30% chance, and before this injury, it was like a 10% chance, so it increases it quite a bit. My only thing is I'm really, really concerned about how the defense does with a pretty old back end. So you've now got Seth Jones and Aaron Ekblad, and Gustav Forsling is very good, but besides that, Aaron Ekblad and Seth Jones are your number 2, number 3. If they get injured or just fall off a little bit, it's really hard to replace them. They don't really have guys that can step up and be a number 2 and a number 3. That's kind of a tall ask for like Nico Mikkola. I just don't see that happening. I think they're at the point where if one more thing goes bad, if like Bobrovsky has an injury, another key guy like that, I think they'll absolutely go to like wild card range, and maybe miss the playoffs.
I was going to say, I think I'm more worried about a Bobrovsky injury because their backup is Tarasov.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Tarasov can save a puck behind any team.
It could get ugly. It could get ugly.
But I really still think that this offense is fine. I like that Samoskevich is going to have a full-time spot in that lineup now. The bottom line is... it's Gadjevich, Cunnin, Greer. Those are all fourth liners, Cunnin will score 30 points, maybe. Boqvist is probably also a fourth liner who's on the third line now. But, Rodriguez, 3C is fine. Lundell, 2C can work. I think it's still fine. I think they're... you can really play the injury game with any team, If the Leafs lose Matthews, then maybe they're in the wild card range, or... If the Bruins lose Pasternak, then maybe they get demoted.
They get last. Yeah. They'd be last without Pasternak.
The injury hypotheticals you can do for any team. So if Florida gets injured, they could be in trouble. But if any team gets injured, they could be in trouble.
Yeah. And I am the biggest Panthers hater out there, but you do not want to see this potential dynasty that they're working on end right here. You don't want Barkov and Tkachuk to come back from these injuries, which are really major injuries that have been adding up from 3 back-to-back long runs where they've played 25 games in the playoffs. That adds up. You don't want to see it come to an end like this where they're not the same players afterwards. I just honestly I really hope that they're still okay after this and they can still have a good team.
I agree because they don't really affect my life.
Yet.
We don't make.
Just wait until you lose them in the finals back-to-back years.
Oh yeah.
Just wait.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting. Yeah. Okay, I think that about wraps it up. We're 7 minutes away from game time. I'm hungry. I got to make a thumbnail for this. So we got through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do another episode before the season starts. I don't know if we have anything else to talk about before the season starts.
Yeah, I'm not too sure there will be. No.
We'll see.
So the next time you guys will see us is, I believe. Now hold on.
12th?
Yeah, the 12th. It'll be the 12th. The day before Thanksgiving.
So 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We'll see you guys then.
Next week.